guys, it's Lauren with wellelephant.com, and I'm about to show you how to make a delicious lasagna. And Chef AJ was kind enough to let me on her channel to promote a project that we're doing together, or maybe you're watching it on my channel, but Chef AJ and I and about 90 other plant-based doctors, chefs, educators are doing this ultimate weight loss bundle together. And this bundle contains over 100 cookbooks and classes, things you won't believe, like hypnotism, how to detox your home. It's crazy. There's over 1,000 recipes in this bundle, and you're gonna get all of that for only $49, and it's worth over, if you bought each thing individually, it would be over $4,600, so it's insanity. So it's only going to be available until March 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you're not going to believe, these are people like that you see on Chef AJ all the time, like famous doctors. I don't know how I got in this bundle, but I'm appreciative. But my link should be in the show notes. If it's not, it's the link is bit.ly/uppercase U, uppercase W, uppercase L, well elephant, all lowercase is well elephant. So bit.ly/uppercase U, uppercase W, uppercase L, lowercase well elephant. So the lasagna that I'm going to make today is in my book that's in the bundle, and the book is called Cook Your Way to Health with Well Elephant. And I'm making, it's called Aspen Lasagna. I called it Aspen Lasagna because I was a chef on a yoga retreat a few years ago, and I made this for the women and they went nuts, and the retreat was in Aspen, so I named it that. It's not, even though it's in the bundle that's promoted for weight loss, this is not the lowest fat thing you can make. It has cashews in it, and I'm going to tell you why I included this. I wanted to put a couple of transitional recipes in there. So if you're used to eating like a big, meaty, cheesy lasagna, this is going to be low fat compared to that. But if you're like actively trying to reverse heart disease and you're trying to avoid nuts, this might not be the thing you want to eat all the time. The last time I ate this was 6 months ago, just to give you like a point of reference. And I'm going to make it with a huge salad, and I'm going to eat, you know, a giant salad, and then I'll eat a small piece of lasagna. So there's 1 cup of cashews in the entire recipe, so maybe I'm eating like a tablespoon or so of cashews, and I'm not going to do this regularly. So what else? I think that's about it. So let me get started with the recipe. First thing you want to do is we're going to have 4 cloves of garlic, and you're going to put it, get your food processor ready. That thing never wants to go on, does it? Okay, and you're gonna put your food processor on and peel your garlic and then put it in. Chops it all up for you. And then you're gonna add the rest of the recipe, all the things that are gonna go in the cashew lasagna. So I soaked a cup of cashews for 30 minutes in water and then drained it, so that's going to go in here. Wait a minute, is this? And then we're going to have the juice of a lemon. That's kind of, you always kind of want to do lemon with cashews. It kind of balances out the flavor. I don't want to put the whole lemon. That seems like a big juicy lemon. Kind of depends on your lemon. 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. You can kind of eyeball it. A quarter cup of vegetable broth or water. I used vegetable broth. And a half a cup of nutritional yeast, and a couple teaspoons of onion powder. Kind of eyeball everything. You can put salt and pepper. You don't have to. Okay, and then you're just gonna blend it all up. This is my mom's food processor from like when I was a kid, but it still works so good. Give it a little scrape down. Ooh, it already smells so good. So this is cashew cheese. Okay, you want to blend it pretty well. That's good. Come on. Almost ended the reign of the 30-year-old food processor. Maybe it's even older than that. I don't even know. Okay, so now we're going to start assembling this. Well, actually, no. I'm going to take the cashew cheese out and put it in a bowl. But I'm not going to rinse my food processor. I'm gonna leave like a teeny tiny bit of the remnants of the cashew cheese in there. And then I'm going to take, I had already opened up my firm tofu, drained it, it's in this dish towel, kind of squeezed the water out of it. Now I'm gonna put that block of tofu in the food processor. If it will cooperate. Be nice, food processor. You have to talk to your appliances sometimes. And this is, I guess, also a cheese sort of thing in a way. Just makes it, I guess, like the mozzarella or the, I don't know, just tastes good. That's all I have. Okay. Good. All right, now we're going to start layering it up. Ooh, this looks good. Hands are clean, not that you're eating at my house. Okay, so, all right, don't faint, all the real Italian mamas. I'm using jarred fat-free marinara from Whole Foods. I know it's not your gravy, it's not your homemade sauce, but it's good enough for right now. I'm sorry, I don't have time to make all that. Plus, you know, I'm not an Italian mama, probably wouldn't come out as good. But I actually have a little, in the same cookbook, a recipe for marinara. It's very lazy marinara. And for this purpose, I wanted to just use this. So I'm getting a good layer of sauce in the bottom because I'm using the no-bake noodles, which make me a little nervous, even though they always come out fine. I always never trust them. Now, if you wanted to, I also cut up some sliced zucchini. Instead of using noodles, you could totally use zucchini. I'm gonna do, you know, a little bit of those too instead. So I put a layer of sauce, then I put another layer of sauce on top of the noodles. Oh, and you want to preheat your oven to 400, by the way. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of the cashew cheese. I'm going to spread it around on top of these noodles. Do a thin layer. It's, you know, you don't want to go crazy. This is so good. I make this when I have company. My kids are actually coming over for dinner, so this will be perfect. They love this. My husband loves it too. Chef AJ once told me he doesn't he doesn't eat the way I do. He eats like vegetarian mostly. He's pretty good, but definitely doesn't eat a low-fat, whole food, plant-based diet. And Chef AJ told me it's because I don't give him enough fat. So here's the fatty thing for Andy, for my husband. Okay, so I did a layer of the cashew cheese. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the tofu. And don't forget, there was a tiny bit of that cashew cheese left in the food processor when I blended up the tofu. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be beautiful. Nobody's going to see it. It's going to be in a layer. And I only do 2 layers in my lasagna, mostly because that's what fits, and I don't like a lot of the noodly stuff. I like a mixture of everything. Okay, now I'm gonna put a big layer of mushrooms. They're sliced. These are baby bellas. You could use whatever you want. And then I'm gonna do, I had just opened this bag. I might have made like one tiny little handful of, taken out one tiny handful of spinach, but oh no, I don't know if this whole bag is gonna fit. So it was one bag minus a handful when I started, and I'm not even sure I can get the whole bag in there, but I like a lot of spinach, but just do what you can. All right, now I'm gonna put the rest, I'm gonna put another little bit of some cashew cheese in there. Little layer. You can't really spread it at this point. You're more just kind of dropping it in there in little blobs. You can save some too to put on top. I don't. I like it in my lasagna. So however you want to do it, it's fine by me. And then I'm going to put the rest of the tofu. Making a mess as usual. Not very neat, I'm not very patient, but it all seems to work out. Okay, get in there, guys. Okay. Looks good. All right, so I'm gonna do a layer of my zucchini in place of this noodle. That's one noodle I'm not using. And then here's my other noodle, and here's my other noodle. Put a little more lasagna noodle right here. And then I'm just gonna cover it up with a lot of sauce. I usually use about 2 jars. I'm gonna put lots of sauce, make sure those noodles boil. And then what you're gonna do is just cook it for, I cover it loosely with foil. You're gonna bake it for 50 minutes at 400 degrees. And then at 50 minutes, you're gonna take it out, take the foil off. And I put like a little bit of nutritional yeast on the top and a little bit of garlic powder, and I bake it for about 10 more minutes uncovered. If you had any leftover, stuff, you could put it on top then, any leftover tofu or cashew cheese. Like I said, I never do. I like it in my lasagna. And that's it. I'm not gonna bake it and take it out because I don't have that kind of time. But that's all you do. Cover it loosely with foil, bake it, take it out. After 50 minutes, sprinkle a little nutritional yeast, a little garlic powder, cook it for about 10 more minutes, and then you're gonna pierce it with a fork. Make sure the fork goes through both layers. If it's still a little hard and needs to cook a little longer and it's getting kind of crusty on the top, your noodles are cooking on the top, but they're not soft yet, cover it again with foil and cook it for a little longer. And then the key is you want to cool it for at least 30 minutes, because otherwise when you cut into it, it's like soup. So that's the tip. And don't forget to check out the Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle, available till March 2nd. And check out wellelephant.com. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your lasagna.